Good afternoon, folks. So, in the process of emptying my mum's shed out, I've been bringing some bits back to put in the room upstairs. So I brought this big box of goodies back and just thought I'd go over them one by one. The first one I brought back was this lovely DDay Typhoon. So this is the original rocket firing Typhoon. Great little story behind this is that I wanted it for ages and ages, and whenever this turns up on eBay, it goes for about 70, 80, maybe 90, even as close as 100 quid. And I see this on American eBay for, it worked out about $10. And I bid on it thinking, no, I'm not going to win it. And I did. I ended up winning it for $10. The reason it was $10 was basically the undercarriage, as you can see, it's in properly now, was in the wrong way. So the left one was on the right one was on the left one. So back to front. And they were glued in. And I had a little fiddle around with it earlier and actually managed to get them out nice and cleanly with no issues whatsoever. So I thought for $10, you know, for a defected one, it wasn't too bad. It'd do in the short term, but it's actually come up all right. So I've now got it in the right way. The inner undercarriage doors are on correctly, and it's going to be joining the rest of my DDay Typhoons. So all three of them. So that's the Basil Stapleton one and the most recent one that come out. And hopefully I can get a little photo shoot together of all three of them. Second aircraft is a Hobby Master Royal Naval Avenger with the lovely yellow and black Suez Crisis stripes on. I think I've got about 3 of these, a couple of them unboxed, and this one which comes in its box. Just to show you the box as well, to show you the price difference. One of the better sort of collecting places when you get antiques, $19.99. Those days are now sadly gone. These are going for about 80 quid now, the Hobby Master Avenger, so it shows you the increase in price. But it's a really, really nice model, well worth getting an Avenger. I've got a Canadian one the other week as well, which was really, really nice. Try to see if I get a picture up on the page as well. But yeah, great little, well, I say it's a little, it's a big aircraft to get. You can pick up the Corgi Predator range, usually for about a tenner, and well worth getting hold of. They do a George Bush one as well, and a lovely Royal Navy one. The next aircraft I've got is this lovely P-39Q, or known as Cobra 1, and it's part of the Unlimited racing team from the 1946 Thompson Trophy race. For anybody who knows, the P-39 usually comes with a 3-blade prop. This one almost looks like a King Cobra with the customised 4-blade prop on there as well. Lovely paint scheme, slightly unusual, but will go nice with any sort of racing themes you may have, like Bearcats and stuff like that. Well worth getting hold of. I mean, the Aero Cobra is a dinky little aircraft, a strange looking aircraft with the fact that the engine sits behind the pilot and there's a massive rod that goes underneath the pilot's feet to the propeller. It is a most unusual setup, but a lovely aircraft. The fighter collection used to have Brooklyn Bum, and it's much missed on the display circuit. The next aircraft is arguably my favourite Sea Fury or Fury, and that's the ex-Spencer Flack G Fury Centaurus powered Sea Fury. Vague memories of this as a young kid, the early 80s. Spencer Flack owned a Spitfire 14, which was Gfire, I believe, in a very similar scheme. It's now in a horrible glossy paint scheme somewhere in America. He also owned a Hunter as well. If I turn it over, you can see the G reg on the bottom now. A really lovely aircraft. I've seen a few Airfix versions of Gfire out there, but hopefully one day maybe the Corgi Collector Club will get on it and make one of these, but be a lovely accompaniment to this. The next aircraft is this little War Master, so the first incarnation of War Master before it became War Master Toledo, and that's this Brewster Buffalo in the very early US naval scheme of yellow and silver. I've got a Wildcat in this colour, and I'm pretty certain I've got a Dauntless as well in the early colours, but you can get other stuff like Devastators and different dive bombers. It's a nice little dinky aircraft. Other than Oxford, they're the only people who've really tackled it. Of course, it's the old Altair mould, so Altair make, I believe it's a Finnish Buffalo, which I know I've got. They make that version as well. But a nice sort of thing to add to your early US naval firepower. The next aircraft, and probably the star of the show, is this lovely Corgi Collectors Club Mk1 Spitfire, representing squadron leader Roger Bushell, 92 Squadron, and of course famous for being part of the Great Escape and unfortunately meeting his demise as part of that. This one is one of the famed black and white wings, and as you can see, really nice sort of detail on the bottom there as well. For me, a Mk1 Spitfire with black and white wings is just absolute perfection. Would love to see Corgi do the remaining 3 aircraft they've not covered as yet, in terms of Mk1 survivors that are flying. We're lovely to see them out and about. But this makes a lovely accompaniment to the Spitfire, which is just marked with J on. I think it's P934, maybe wrong, 9374, sorry. And it's just a lovely looking machine. Just hope Corgi Collector Club can get their act together and get back out and about, because certainly they did some good deals when you joined, and you got a tenner off the next model, and of course they did the exclusive Corgi Collector Club models as well. The final set of aircraft are the famed Biggin Hill trio. So you may have seen Dan cover some pictures off on the page. I believe he's got 6 of these now, and he changes the last serial there to a different aircraft, which would have represented Biggin Hill Squadron. So Corgi released these on the back of 2 Robert Taylor paintings, which I'll try and include at the end of this video. But they made one big error. So one of the paintings has DWE and DWK in, these two here. Another one has DWK and DWD. Unfortunately, Corgi did the Q. So, bit of a balls up there slightly. I also believe it may have been based on one of the really early 1940 pictures, which I don't believe Q would have flown in. I'll see if I can find that and tag it on to the end of the video. But regardless of that, it's a lovely trio of aircraft to put together. You can get a Corgi standard range aircraft, which is a DW. I forget which, it might be N actually, but it doesn't come with an aerial as such. And also do a Mark 14, which is a DW as well, so that could go with 610 Squadron as well. One of the aircraft is actually one of the pilots was ended up commanding 610 Squadron. The name escapes me. It might have been Peg with 2 G's and an E, and he ended up actually being squadron leader of this particular unit in 1941. But a lovely trio nonetheless. I'll get some sort of closer pictures of all 3. I'll get some pictures up on the page as well afterwards. But it's a really nice little trio. I'm really into my trios as well, so you know, you can do certain bits. You know, that obviously the Duxford fighter groups you can sort of pair together, put together. You've got the Great Escape trio, which is not particularly most exciting 3 Mark 5 Spitfire you'll ever see. But again, it fits nicely in the collection. That's this week's video out of the way, so I'll get individual pictures and put them onto the page, and I'll tag some pictures onto the end of the video as well, just 1 or 2, not to sort of overcomplicate things, as the dogs are going absolutely mad at the poor postman. So I better go and get that door. Thanks for watching as always. If you haven't followed us on Facebook or Instagram, please do, and I'll speak to you next week. As promised, I thought I'd leave a few pictures at the end of the video, which I'll upload to Instagram over the coming days, and sort of more detailed pictures as well. Thanks for all the love on Insta as always, and the Facebook page, don't forget that. It's quite scary really, we're looking in my mum's shed how much I've still yet to bring back to the house. Probably about another 200 aircraft, mainly all boxed as well. And I've literally run out of room upstairs before the man cave's built. So hopefully over the coming weeks and months I'll be doing some more bits and pieces and video reviews on them as I bring them back. As ever, any requests, please let us know. Drop us a message either on Facebook or on Instagram through the private messenger, and I'll see what we can do. Have a great week. Speak to you soon.